Howdy YouTube, today we've got a slightly older figure review. We're taking a look at one of the first WWE Mattel Undertaker figures. The Demon of Death Valley, the Phenom, the Undertaker. Probably my favourite wrestler of all time. He's right up there, especially with Triple H. Very lucky enough to have met the Undertaker. This particular figure I've had for a very, very long time. The reason I had that is basically as a kid, I always wanted an Undertaker figure, and obviously growing up before the days of eBay and things like that, just by pure bad luck or whatever it was, I was never able to actually find an Undertaker figure in stores. So he was someone that was always missing from my collection. Fortunately for me, while on a holiday a couple years ago, I found this in a Toys R Us and thought I'd pick it up just to basically complete that childhood memory of never getting him. So really, really cool. The reason I'm going to review him now is basically they've announced at San Diego Comic-Con that they're going to be making an Undertaker as part of Series 55, the basic wrestling figure line from Mattel. An Undertaker that actually looks pretty much identical to this, just with the tights of this Undertaker. So I thought it's a good time to review this guy. Take a look at the packaging now. Of course, nice shot of the Undertaker on the top right there. This is obviously from really 2007 to I think 2009, 10, where he had the tights and the long hair before he shaved it. Pretty cool. I remember the first time he debuted this was at Survivor Series. He burst out of a coffin, had the full beard and everything. Looked really, really cool. So not much else in the way of packaging. Interesting to see how it's evolved over the course of the Mattel line. Initially starting out with this big bulky packaging, which I still think was better than the Jakks. But other than that, not much else to say. And on the back of the packaging, we see a nice shot of the Undertaker there. Obviously, his signature as well, which is pretty cool. Really, really nice shot, actually, of the Undertaker. It's interesting that the earlier figures don't have a list of the other figures in the set. So it's interesting that they didn't do that. Normally with wrestling figures in the past, especially after Mattel took the licensing from Jakks, they normally always show what other figures come in the set. Very interested to see how this guy stacks up against some of the later Undertaker figures we've gotten, just to see if the line's improved or worsened. So let's get this guy opened up. Okay, and here we have the Undertaker opened up and out of packaging. And honestly, he's probably one of the better Undertaker figures we've gotten. Certainly really, really cool. One of the things that I guess has been said a few times, initially when Mattel picked up the licensing from Jakks, they had a big budget, and slowly over the years that's actually decreased. And you can see that a little bit with this guy. We'll take a look at him first, and then I'll compare him to some of the other Undertaker figures we've got, and you'll see, I guess, why the quality's dipped a little bit over time. So we'll take a look at the face. I think they absolutely nailed the face sculpt on the Undertaker. Looks really, really cool. Almost current to the look he's going for now. You can see the long hair at the back there. Nice detail. Very, very cool. You can see all the accurate tattoos and everything. I'll bring forward the best of 2014 Undertaker. You can see obviously the evolution in the character. This newer figure, I don't think is visually as good. He certainly looks a lot older. And then just for one more comparison, I'm going to bring in the SummerSlam Heritage Series Undertaker. So you can see the evolution, I guess, of the dead man over time. I think this one's probably the nicest face sculpt, at least in recent memory. So really, really happy with that. Moving down as well, we see obviously nice detail on the tattoos. One of the things I really love about the Mattel figure line is that when it comes to doing the tattoos, they do a fantastic job. They really, really nail the tattoos, I guess, as opposed to Jakks, and I'll bring in a Jakks Classic Superstars Undertaker for comparison. You can see, just the way they painted it makes it look like a real mess. Still, on the Undertaker's arms, it looks like a bit of a mess on the Mattel, but at least it's slightly better, at least in my view. Now, one of the other things that I think is really interesting is that the early Mattel figures, the basic line of figures, have paint application on the tattoos, which is really, really cool. Hopefully you guys can see that. Really nice detail. Something that we don't actually get now with the basic figure line. I guess the budget being a little bit bigger when Mattel first took up the line would be the explanation for that. But really, really awesome. Now taking a look at the tights, he has got the almost demonic head type logo, I guess, on the tights that from memory he had when he versed Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, I think the first time, and then again when he versed Batista in 2007, which was obviously earlier. I think from memory that's what he had. I could be very wrong, but I think this attire is actually from his match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Really, really awesome. Very, very big fan of this particular figure. Okay, and here we've got my WWE Mattel Undertaker figure collection. Just for size comparison, you can see he stacks up really well with all the other figures. I think the paint apps on him are the best, along with the SummerSlam and the WrestleMania Heritage Elite Undertaker. They're three fantastically awesome figures. The Jax actually surprised me. It's actually a really, really cool figure in the Ministry of Darkness attire there, but I'm very, very excited for the defining moments Mattel Undertaker that they're releasing around September, October. I think that's going to be fantastic. Overall, if you get a chance to pick this guy up, honestly, I think it's a really, really good find, a good buy. He shouldn't be too expensive on eBay. I actually prefer him to the later Undertaker figures that we've been getting, in particular the Elite Undertaker with his WrestleMania 30 entrance attire. That was a disappointing figure. So yeah, if you're a fan of The Undertaker, I think honestly that this is a must-have figure. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review on the WWE Mattel Undertaker.